Welcome back, Rankers. Just got back from the PISA conference. Thank you to everybody that came up to our booth. We were booked out, so thank you very much to Book It Live, and Book It Live at a magnificent, easy to use booking system. BookItLive.com if you need a quick, easy to set up booking system. It was great, and we had probably the best booth in the place for positioning. Anyway. Caught up with BigCommerce, caught up with Neato, caught up with Magento people, caught up with all these different people, caught up with a really excellent SEO guy whose name is Shahid. I won't say his surname because I think he's on the run. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you a little bit today because I got asked this question a lot. How do you select an SEO company? Because we talked to, I don't know how many people, but I would say 50% of them had had bad SEO done to their site. And I'm not necessarily saying that, because you don't know what's gone on before. You don't know what the conversation with the client and the SEO has been. But when I was doing all these site audits, and God knows how many I did, I found that a lot of them had had SEO done, and there were just some glaring things that were wrong. One site audit we did for a large national retailer whose name will remain nameless, but a well-known brand name, up there with some of the biggest brand names in the country. And we went through and we did a site audit, and we found, well, for starters, we found a sitemap that had been created by a crawler, a Screaming Frog crawler, which is a great piece of software. I love it. And I hope to bring you some more about that in the coming weeks. But the problem with doing that, with creating an external sitemap and then just uploading it, it's not dynamic, right? So this company, I think, would be paying probably around $8,000 to $10,000 a month, something like that, for their SEO, from a digital agency that's owned by a Australian ASX company. So big end of town SEO company, and they created a sitemap using this particular tool, and we could find out that it was created with this tool. Now, the problem with having things like a static sitemap is that whenever you add a new product, someone has to go and update the sitemap. Someone has to remember to go and update the sitemap. The other problem with it is that if you're redirecting products that are out of stock or discontinued or whatever, all of a sudden the sitemap's broken, and that certainly was the case in this particular retailer's. So, when people ask me, well, how do you select an SEO company? I say, I just give them my card. No, I actually say, well, if we're too expensive for you, because we are for a lot of businesses, I'll say go and, because I know a few good SEOs actually. There's a great Facebook group on search marketing, which Peter Mead set up, I think. Really, lot of really good SEO guys in there. But I would always ask to have a look at a site that they've already SEO'd, or a current client, and ask to speak to that client. We get that a lot. We get a lot of people asking us, can we speak to some of your clients? And we'll give them a list and then quickly ring up the client and say, you're going to get a call. No, we don't do that. But that's a valid way. The only problem with it is that for an SEO business, you don't want to keep putting your clients on the line for getting phone calls to get testimonials out of them. So, I mean, that can be, just really annoying. But that's one way. Or you can just go and ask for a site that's been SEO'd and have a look and see if they're ranking for phrases that you think they should rank for. And there might be a good reason why they're not ranking for some phrases that you think they should rank for, but it's a good way to test. I would also not go with an SEO company that's sending you a random email, or spam, as we like to call it. Probably, like you, we get, yes, we get, God knows how many emails a day wanting to do our SEO. The other thing that we get is phone calls asking us to do our SEO. In fact, we had one large Australian organisation actually book an appointment with us. I just let them go on the phone and said, yeah, sure, you come and see us. They never turned up for the appointment. But the reason I say that is because it's probably a volume business, and if you're a small business, it's probably best to stay with an organisation that is going to look after you, and you've got more love coming your way from the SEO company rather than just being a number. I'm really not a fan of companies who say, we'll do your SEO like for $10 a month or something. I was talking to one guy, and he was saying he's only paying $40 a month for his SEO, but if they get him on the front page, he has to pay $600. I was like, you can't do anything for $40. The only thing you can possibly do is outsource a backlinking campaign, perhaps to India or the Ukraine or wherever they're doing it these days. And, there are some things that you don't want to skimp on, and one of them is SEO. And I'll give you an example of that. Probably 8 years ago, we were trying some outsourcing to the Philippines to try to do some of the, just the basic process work. And stuff, you just really lock down the process and say, you've got to do this, got to do this, this. The problem with it is that SEO is a very, very fragile thing. You put a dot in the wrong place and you're going to disappear from Google. So we haven't done outsourcing for a number of years now because we like to have everything under one roof. And interestingly, I was talking to this other SEO up at Pisa, and he was saying the same thing. He was saying, no, you can't outsource SEO. Quality assurance is key. And that's why one of the questions I would ask an SEO company is, do you outsource? How much of the work is done here in Australia? Because you need to react quickly. And quite often, if a company is outsourcing to a third world country, you've got some time lag happening and you're not going to be able to get things done quickly. For instance, last night, we got an SMS alert to say one of our client sites was down. Now, if that had been outsourced, when would the client find out? The site was within 10 minutes. We had alerted the client to the problem because we're doing everything in-house. The other big thing, well, the two last big things I would say about selecting an SEO company is first ask, what is the content strategy? What content strategy do you think I should be employing? If they go, what? Then run. The other one, of course, is a backlink strategy. Oh, by the way, I'm working from home today, in case you haven't worked that out. The other one is a backlink strategy. So our backlink strategy is using the disavow tool for most part, and that is basically removing bad backlinks. So if a company says, oh, we're going to get you 1,000 backlinks, so we're going to increase your backlinks by 10 a week. I mean, there was a lovely retailer up at Pisa, and she was saying that she just got onto this campaign where this business was going to create all these articles for her and distribute them around the net and all those sorts of things. Well, that's going to end in tears. It has to. I mean, she said to me, but look at these other companies that they've ranked. And I said to her, look, if there is a business out there with a foolproof scheme that will get your rankings up through backlinking, then guess what? That foolproof scheme isn't going to be foolproof for too long. You're going to get smashed. You're going to get slammed by Google. You're going to get a penalty, and then it's going to be harder to come back from it. So, and the other thing, of course, it negates the need or the impetus or the priority for a content strategy within an organization and actually communicating and getting feedback from your clients and your customers in social and all those sorts of things. So they're the top ones that I would say. And if you've got any stories that you'd like to share, please feel free on Smart Company or on the blog or on YouTube, wherever you're watching this from. And as far as Pisa goes, if you're in Vegas or you're in the US, you've got to get along to Think Global, which is Pisa coming to the US in Vegas in August. Every retailer who was within QE should get to this conference. It's a fantastic conference. It's the best one I've ever go to. And it's in August in Las Vegas. I'll be there. I'll be speaking. We'll have a booth as well. So make sure you get along and see us there. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.